I don't know why it was saying that in the Twitter preview. You know what? Let me check Twitch just to be safe. Of course, Stream Manager doesn't tell me shit. Okay, no, the title is what I typed it to be. Okay. We're good. Now then.
Deal with some evil residents.
Also, one very, very egotistical bitch. Alex Wesker.
Yeah, I thought so.
I love that the big revelation for I love how there was no real like earth-shattering revelation in one or like in the first Revelation game. And then we get to Revelations 2 and we learn that Wesker had a goddamn sister.
What a twist!
Also, you want to know how important this twist is?
It's not going to affect anything in the long run, is it?
It's only mentioned here and in one manga, and I think maybe 9. Because 9 was referencing a lot of things. So, hello Internet. Welcome back to the stream. Vegas Bear here as always. Shaven with Mekumon.
Hello.
So, you almost got a build stream today. Almost.
Yeah, I will not elaborate on the circumstances, but I almost got taken out of the stream today due to circumstances at home.
So, just to give you an idea of what it was we'd be tackling, Ava Unit 1. Also, unlike a lot of model kits, this is not a pamphlet. This is a book. This is like a little magazine.
I love when they do that.
I do too, but it's also a little daunting because it's like...
Like, in the Gun Plus scene, you'd typically get that with master grades and some real grades. When you find a high grade that does that shit, you know you're in for a rough time.
Oh, yeah. Like, whenever I see a pamphlet, especially for something as big as this, I get a little worried. When I see a freaking book, magazine, whatever. Anyway. We are back to Resident Evil Revelations 2. Also, had we done the build stream, I can guarantee you we would not have finished it. So, we got a couple announcements recently from DC Comics, or rather their animated department. Cape Crusader Season 2, which is good because I like that show. Also, the Nightfall Trilogy movies. We're getting 3 movies based off Nightfall. For those of you who don't know, that's the one where Bruce's back was broken by Bane, and someone else had to take over the mantle of Batman. And they may have gone a little too far. So, I'm looking forward to that. I also took some time to take a look at
Revelations 2.
Mother of balls! My life is awesome!
That bitch stuck a needle in me?
Claire, get up to the roof!
See? We're like sisters. Claire, we lost the girl.
Moira was trying to get to that tower when I was with her. Barry, there's something right there.
I've been waiting for you.
Wait. Well, that's one hell of a parking job.
Me and Moira got separated here. The nice guy came and got me.
2 Weskers.
That was a hell of a previously on segment.
Yep.
Alex.
Alex Wesker. It can't be the same woman.
Where's Moira? What have you done with her?
And the rest of them beneath the mountain of fear and despair.
You killed her.
There's one more to kill.
Alex, your Two-Face cosplay needs work.
Yep. ready to hit the start button because I'm gonna skip this.
Barry,
But I do need to
over
check
there.
on the audio.
I'll kill you later.
Thank Primus, that was not a QTE.
Yep.
Come on, keep moving.
Also, the more I see this Papa Wolf energy, the more I like this guy.
I know, right? Like, the whole reason Barry betrayed us in RE1 was because of the Papa Bear energy.
He was blackmailed.
Exactly. There's some people, like, they used to say, oh, Barry's an asshole, he's a traitor. No, he was scared for his family's life.
And
Like-
now he has reason to believe that his daughter is dead.
Yeah.
We have reached the very, very brightest red level of do not fuck with this energy.
Okay, the audio should be good. Should be.
Not that I could tell anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
It was Alex Wesker. She's responsible for the experiment 6 months ago.
They called her the Overseer.
She took Moira away from me. And now I'll never get... And all for fucking what?
Language, Barry. She's a child.
It's okay. She said she was going to be reborn.
Reborn how? With a virus? Why did she need my little girl? Doesn't make any sense.
I'm sorry. I can't remember anything else.
I think what it was is that she needed,
Oh, sweetie, I'm sorry. It's my problem, not yours. Just take it easy.
she needed proof that someone could overcome the virus.
Barry, are you okay?
Yeah, I was just thinking about how I used to go for walks like this with Moira.
Ooh, shiny.
and Holly.
Were you a good family?
We tried to be. Moira and I fought a lot. Even after she grew up.
Was it because she used bad words?
No. She just did that to take me off. I'm the one that drove us apart. I messed up real bad as a father. She and Polly were playing in the house. I forgot to lock up my guns. And Moira, Polly had an accident.
Was it Moira's fault?
No. It was mine. But I raised
If
my
only Moira
voice
could have
at her.
heard that.
I guess I never really got around to taking the blame. Polly survived, thank God. But not me and Moira. We started drifting apart.
I think she still loved you.
I appreciate you saying that. I'll tell you this much. I couldn't save her, but I'm gonna save you. I promise I'll get you off this island.
I know. Thanks, Barry. It's okay.
Like, maybe there could actually have been some decent conversation opened up if, you know, she heard that, yeah, he does indeed take responsibility for her, the accident.
Yeah. It was quite literally a series of unfortunate events.
There's something ahead. Be careful.
Oh,
Ooh, shiny.
seeing anything.
So, a few days back, that same YouTube channel I showed you who that was talking about like why they disliked Mia Winters, I saw another video on that channel about how like a collection of Resident Evil hot takes, some of her own and some curated from the audience. And the most interesting one I found was Code Veronica should have been the real Resident Evil 3.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Though she did back this up. She did back this up with an explanation as to why. It wasn't just a make the claim and leave. She said that as far as story significance is concerned, Code Veronica has more impact on future games than RE3 did. The T. Veronica virus being one of many examples.
Which I don't think was really ever used again, was it?
More than you think. It actually has echo effects in this game, apparently.
Of course it does.
A kingdom for a dose of Elpis right now. Because apparently the T. Veronica virus would just keep coming back again and again and again, being hybridized with other viruses.
Oh, so used as like they would be used as like a base.
Yep.
Much like how the original T virus was used as a base for other viruses, and how the progenitor virus was used as a base for other viruses.
Like, as far as Resident Evil 3 was concerned, the only plot point you could... Like, the only plot point I remember being discussed as, like, arguably coming back was that the Nemesis parasite continues to exist somewhere.
Yeah, in the European branch, I think. Which, I mean, assumingly got shut down. But, yeah, no.
We're not any safer down here. You
Like,
okay?
Yeah.
if we really want another game that has more to do with RE3, I wouldn't be opposed to a game where, like, where Carlos came back to do a little investigating of his own.
I would not be opposed to that
I've been here. Yeah, I've been here before, and I will say it again. Like, especially after 3-make, he's had a lot of charm added to his character. He's charismatic enough to hold the lead role on his own now.
Honestly, just bring back a bunch of characters they haven't used in a while.
Like, how's this for her for a pivot here? Team Carlos up with Sheva.
Yeah! Have, oh, what was his name? From Revelations 1. Jill's
I
partner.
think I've blocked most of that game out of my memory.
Parker.
Get me photos of Spider-Man.
Parker is like they're like either man in the chair or like they're Barry Burton.
Hell, there's an idea. Throw Barry into the mix so we have Carlos's snarky ass bouncing off of Papa Bear energy over here. Shiny.
It was a shiny that I shot.
Curse my inner magpie.
Magpie's not here. I used the same stupid joke from last week.
I mean, hey, when I keep opening that door, I'm not surprised you keep walking through it.
A ripple in time. Interesting. What does that mean? What does that even mean? Oh shit.
Oh, before I forget. Excuse me. When I eventually get those Borok to you,
There's something ahead. Be careful.
I might, in the meantime, try to grab the full set of Krana for her Borok, just so I can give you some spares, because, you know, I finally have 2 different Krana for a couple of my Borok, and it's like, I kind of don't want to give them up, but a Borok without a Krana is incomplete. What do I do? Well, I'll just find a set of 8 Krana, because they're easy enough to find on eBay. And I'll give you the duplicates of the 2 I have.
Okay.
The Tanakh doesn't have this problem because some freaking how the one that was sent to me had the same Krana as the one I already own. I cannot stress enough how weird that is, because the Krana that were packed in with these Borok were randomly selected, and there's 8 breeds to pick from. The RNG on that is ridiculous.
Part of me wants to say, now go try your hand at the lottery.
If I did that, I'd somehow get shot. I wouldn't even make it to getting the lottery ticket. I'd just get shot in the parking lot for no apparent reason.
I'll just pass all the combinable stuff to Natalia.
So you know what's actually kind of amusing about the Borok here? Just like the Toa that came before them in the toy line, the combined models you can make out of 3 each of the Borok are canon to the story.
Oh.
But they never get seen, never used. Let me put that into perspective. The Borakal and the Rakshi both had their respective Kaita forms used, but not the standard Borok. What do you mean the Rakshi Kaita were used? Where'd you see that? The comic books. Evidently, sometime between the events of the Mask of Light movie, the Toa Nuva were ambushed by both of the Rakshi Kaita and only barely survived.
Is that a goddamn AK?
Looks like it to me. That is definitely a gun.
You find a way to get there. Damn. Tell you can't just crawl through that.
Kid's gonna go deaf being that close to all that gunfire.
Yep.
In a weird sense, at least for the Borok, the fusion ability makes sense due to their origin. It further ties them in as something alien but familiar to the Matoran and Toa. Matoran could fuse in groups of 3 and in groups of 6. Toa, in turn, can also merge in groups of 3. They are not capable of merging in groups of 6. That is a deliberate limitation placed on them by the Great Beings, because a Toa Nui would be too powerful. A Toa Kaita doesn't just have 3 separate elemental powers, but those elemental powers are amplified as if they were, wielded by a Toa 3 times as strong. If that multiplier carries over, a Toa Nui would have 6 elemental powers at 6 times the strength.
Yeah. Leave him be.
Oh shit, it's the old man from before.
Poor man. He died all alone.
Died all alone.
Or not.
Wait. This is Moira's.
It's Moira's, and it's full of cat videos.
I think this is the end. I wanted to tell you I love you. Very. Daddy. I'm sorry, I was a bad daughter.
No. You're not the bad one.
Barry.
And a detailed how-to guide at being the aggressor in a family rift.
I'm here. Let's go. I am gonna wreck this island for what it did to her.
She looks up online guides to be that snarky? I lost all respect.
I need practice my I need practice my English, so I write in this journal on every day. Every day I write but have no words. Now I have good reason. Today I welcome first child to the world. Oh, this isn't 88. Her mother give her the name Irina. It was my grandmother's name. I object, but I cannot win against stubborn woman. She has eyes and nose of her father, but mouth of her mother. I will raise her to be healthy and strong girl. This year island is have good spirits again. Mining business goes well. My life is pretty good for me now. I'm going to give Irina the same feeling when she is older. It is my responsibility now as parent. 1994. Irina already 6 years old. How flies time?
July 19th, it looks like.
She loves to imitate her mother. Her mother hates it. Probably because imitation is perfect. Little Kroshka is very smart. She likes math. Her grandmother liked math too. Irina's smile helps to take mind off worries. Mines have become dangerous, and now they make no money. Island condition is worster and worster. I might have lose job too. But this is no time for a war. This island is our home. I want to give it to little Kroshka in good condition. It's my responsibility now as parent. Same date,
2000.
6 years later. Irina, now 12 years old, already rebellious, more like mother every day. I don't understand women. Now I am embarrassed to her, until she needs money or a request. Speaking of women and money, a woman came to our island. She promises to bring back industry. I have a job now to help build a new facility in the mine. Thought mine was finished, but she has a use for it. She is loved by all. They call her savior, our benefactor. My mother always said never trust people with money. The poor worker is more reliable than the rich capitalist. It is good advice, but the rich woman is helping us. 8 years later, it is Irina's 20 years birthday. I should be celebrating, but I'm worried. Next week she will go work in mines. I was against it, but Kroshka will not listen to me. Has not listened for years. Why start now? Irina is stubborn, just like her father. She used to always say, I guess she was, it's just like her father, she used to always say. I guess she was right. Has it already been a year since you left us, my darling? I don't trust the people in the facility. There's something wrong about them, but everyone else thinks me stubborn, old man. Maybe now Irina too, but I know I'm right. I just hope Irina will realize this soon. It realizes too soon. A year later, I have not seen Irina in almost 1 year. Something bad is happening to our home. People become sick. More things I cannot explain. I know is all because of that woman. She smells of evil. This was to become Irina's home, but too late now. I leave this town, everything. But island is my home. I will not leave. No place to go. So I go to sewers. I stay here. Things will get worse. I know it. Irina, be safe. I will find you. I promise, Kroshka. You are all your father have left. Damn.
Yeah, there goes my heart.
I thought he was a crotchety old man. He wasn't. Well, I mean, he kind of was, but...
Given the circumstances, he kind of had a reason to be.
Let's get out of here first. Stay close, okay?
I will.
So, the fact that Moira's phone was here, I do believe means we're on track for the good ending. I will explain everything, like, near the end. But the choice between, like, the having Moira shoot the gun is a determining factor. If you remember, I had her shoot the gun.
Yeah, something about trying to get the good ending.
Yep. And I cannot explain anything else until we reach a very specific point.
I'm gonna take a brief break. I'll be right back.
Alright.
A dead end. Looks like we can open the sluice from higher up.
Barry, there's a hole.
Natalia, can you open the sluice from that side?
Okay, hang on.
Good work, Natalia. Keep it up.
Gun ammo. Berry. Oh, he's definitely getting low on ammo. Oh.
I return.
Going back. Doing a puzzle.
Barry, shoot this thing in my way. Thanks.
Natalia, the sluice!
Got it.
So here's a fun fact about those fusions I mentioned. A Matoran Nui, made up of 6 Matoran of different elements, is canonically physically stronger than a typical Toa. Downside being you still don't really have elemental powers going on here, and you need 6 people willing to work in unison, fusing mind and body in order to have this thing exist. There have been 2 of these formed in the series that we know of. One on the island of Matanui, and one on Metronui in 2004. The reactions were quite different after each one. The one on Matanui was formed in response to being attacked by a giant Nui Jaga scorpion. Upon successfully defeating the scorpion, the 6 Matoran just kind of nodded and went on their way to the disc throwing tournament they were already on their way to. On Metronui, 5 of the 6 Matoran that comprised this fusion got a taste of genuine altruism, doing good for its own sake, and liked it, believing that they could actually become genuine heroes if they put their minds to it. The last one, a Matoran of Stone by the name of Akmu, was quite disturbed by the experience.
Why does that sound?
It should. I've complained about his ass plenty of times.
He was the one that sold the fucked up holy balls, isn't he?
That's correct.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, so he was disturbed on multiple levels for multiple reasons after the Matoran Nui experience. Some more valid than others. I will grant him that having one's individuality momentarily surrendered to become part of a collective can indeed be an uncomfortable experience. Especially if you're used to keeping to yourself. Or have a massive ego like Akmu did. The other reason I just have to shake my head in disappointment at, he found the idea of doing good for its own sake disgusting because he would get nothing out of it.
Ah, yes, a true corporate man.
Akmu has had a notorious tendency of wanting to be praised for doing nothing. Wanting statues carved in his likeness and to be celebrated as one of the greatest Matoran on the island, while not doing anything to earn it, just believing that he deserves it. And that was before the whole Makuta takeover thing.
My work here is done, but you didn't do anything.
Proceeds to run outdoor. In order to preserve himself, he sold out his fellow Matoran and the Toa to the Dark Hunters to keep himself safe for a little longer. very nearly jeopardized the safety of the entire city of Metro Nui. And after her betraying literally everyone at every opportunity possible, he still has the gall to wonder, as he's being crammed into a stasis pod to be forced into sleep, his body weakened and his memory erased. Where are the Toa and why aren't they saving me?
I don't know, maybe because you kept betraying their asses?
I can't hold too much of his actions against him afterwards because he did have his memory erased, so he didn't really have the counter knowledge to know better when Makuta Pterodax basically started filling his head with lies.
Barry, there's something over there.
So betraying the island of Matanui, you can only hold that against him so much. He literally doesn't know any better.
Monster isn't looking this way. It's getting closer.
Like, Makuta did the traditional villain gambit of telling the amnesiac that the heroes are the bad guys and weaving a tale of half-truths to back his point up. All Akmu saw was a set of 6 Turaga who knew about the Matoran's true homeland and lied to them about it every single day for 1,000 years.
Oh my god, this is like the worst type of person. He's the type he's the type of asshole who in a zombie apocalypse would be like, we have to shoot anyone who gets bit, no exceptions. And then when he gets bit, he hides the bite. And when people finally like notice,
This thing in my way.
he goes, no, no, no.
He takes out like 2 or 3 people.
No, he's like, no, no, no. I'm different. I'm different.
Yeah,
Talia, the sluice!
he was so loyal to the Makuta after this pseudo brainwashing that come 2007, 2008-ish, when another Makuta was sent to Metro Nui, he was doing so with a Shadow Leech in his possession intended for Akmu. This was meant to be his promotion, initiation, sort of payment thing for his loyalty to the cause, turning him from a Matoran of stone into a Matoran of shadow.
The monster's coming.
The idea was that, you know, the more Matoran you convert into Matoran of shadow, the more likely you can start making Toa of shadow completely under your thrall,
Be careful.
and that in turn makes conquering the universe easier. In a hilarious twist of fate, though the guy who got the leech won't be laughing nearly as much, the Makuta with the Shadow Leech completely forgot about Akmu when he saw a more appealing target. A Toa of Light who previously served as the island's chronicler. He got stuck with the leech and had to focus his elemental light power into a laser beam so narrow and intense that it fried the Shadow Leech. And now he's got half his light gone. And it's not regenerating. This was the start of Takanuma's character arc about learning about the Moral Gray. But that leech was intended for Akmu. Imagine you serve her company so faithfully that when it comes time to get your first paycheck, your boss forgets all about you and gives your paycheck to some random dude on the street because he liked their hat. That's what happened to Akmu.
Get fucked, you traitorous son of a bitch.
He'd eventually end up getting the reward he was promised anyway, just in a different form. Spoilers for the end of 2008, but Makuta Pterodax successfully took over the universe, becoming the new Great Spirit in the process. And because he could no longer be there to run Metru Nui in person, he used Akmu as a figurehead, making him the air quotes Turaga of Metru Nui, running the city in Makuta's honor. The first thing Akmu did was order all pieces of artwork that were dedicated to Toa, past and present, destroyed, and replaced with artwork dedicated to Makuta himself and Akmu.
Of course.
He had the other Turaga, the people who were actually running the city prior to Makuta taking over, locked in the basement.
Oh my god.
They eventually escaped on their own. It is implied that the Turaga in turn fused into a Turaga Nui, a fusion of 6 Turaga, to break out and teach him a lesson.
Oh, I hope that lesson left permanent scars.
Considering Turaga Ottawa, who had the biggest reasons to hate Akmu, was in that amalgamation, I'd assume yes. Because let's look at what is actually in that amalgam of a Turaga Nui. We have Nokama, who previously was a school teacher and thus can give the meanest scoldings possible. We have Turaga Nuju, who is an asshole. Because he wants people to work to be able to understand and hold conversations with him, so he only speaks in the language of birds.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And willfully withholds information because he believes nobody's smart enough to handle it.
Fucking ass.
We have Turaga Wenua, who is a history teacher. An archivist who eventually started teaching his own Matoran about the past in order to prepare them for the future.
As one does.
Albeit while keeping Metru Nui itself a secret, he still shared what he knew. We've got Ottawa himself, who is a different kind of a-hole altogether. He was an absolute prick in his Toa days, antagonizing everyone he came into contact with except for Toa Lee Khan. And as a Turaga, became infamous for his fairness and sternness, earning the nickname the Referee.
What?
Because his village was the one that invented the sport of Koli, for which he would often play referee. He was fair to all players, and that fairness and the legend thereof spread across the island. So he gained the nickname the Referee.
So
Plus, by then, he'd also been through a full character arc, so he'd mellowed out a bit.
He went from being the biggest prick in the Great Spirit Robot to being the fairest.
And then we have Turaga Matau. Matau is a prankster through and through. The Limatoran are known for 3 things. Okay, 4, but one became significantly less prominent as time went on. They are known for their tree speak, which is the thing that grew less prominent. They're known for their Gecko Bird Air Force. The island literally had its own version of bird riding Blue Angels. They are known for their sense of humor, and they are known for partying. And by extension, the music they play.
Now to pick up Wesker's trail.
Right.
Matau is a textbook example of a Lima Torin.
You don't have to come with me for this.
I'm saying, I want to know the truth.
Constant jokes. Constant pranks.
Once upon a time, this must have
A
been
smidge
some
of an
kind
ego on him, but that was kind of the point for all 6 of them when they were selected to become Toa. That is a whole other story. Matau leads a village of party
Remember
animals.
something. I think that woman used to be down there somewhere.
Okay. Let's head
Because
down
he
and
is
look for a way
arguably the
across.
biggest one on the island. To the point where it's actually canon. He is known for his singing.
Pay for what she did to Moira. I'm not leaving this island until she does.
What's the nearest village to them?
Lee Koro was at the southern part of the island in the jungle. So closest to them would be, depending on which direction you traveled, Ta-Koro or Kokoro.
So I just imagine them partying and like the nearest village to them, like it's just hearing like the vibrations and the waves, and they're just like going, some of us are trying to sleep.
That would be Kokoro in a nutshell. All the way up in the mountains, and they're still hearing the beats of Lee Koro. And on the note of the Village of Fire, we have its elder, Vakama, who was known for developing a fiery temper in his old age.
I mean, I vaguely,
He went for...
I vaguely remember watching the Metro Nui movie. I think he had reason for developing that temper.
Oh, you have no idea. If you want to see the origin for his temper as a Turaga, read the book Time Trap.
Where the hell are we now?
Oh, that just sounds woeful.
I'll give you an example. After the events of Web of Shadows, he goes back into the city to try to find the Mask of Time. In doing so, gets pulled into a multi-faction war over the Kanohi. And after having been knocked out, forced into a hallucination set up to trick him into bringing Makuta to the mask, being forced to witness multiple Vizorak and Rakshi being aged into dust, getting his Toa tool, which was a disc launcher that doubled as a jetpack, blown up, having all of his mental fortitude and patience tested, and finally learning that yes, his selection as a Toa was not a mistake. Which, again, I'll get into that later. He finally goes, you know what? I'm not sure I even care anymore. Fuck it. We ball.
Fuck it, we ball.
He brings the Mask of Time back to his old forge from his Matoran days, along with a selection of masks from the Protodermis reclamation pile. For those who don't know their Bionicle lore, that was the part of the District of Fire, Ta Metru, where broken or
The only way
otherwise
up to
rejected Kanohi masks made by their mask-making Tomatoran
like the
were
whole
sent to be
power
melted
source
down
is
into
gone.
protodermis
We'll have to
to
find a
in
replacement
turn
to get
be
this baby
reforged
moving.
into Kanoka discs and become Kanohi masks again.
So, it was the recycling center.
More or less. Vakama set a bunch of those masks up alongside the Vahi. The Vahi being the name of the Mask of Time, for future reference. And as Makuta shows up to threaten Vakama for the mask, Vakama takes a hammer and smashes one of the reclamation yard masks. And as Vakama basically starts venting about his day, he smashes another mask, and another, and another, getting closer and closer to the Vahi. And he explains that he no longer has anything left to lose. The Matoran have been evacuated from Metro Nui. He's trapped here with Makuta, the Shadowed One, and whatever the hell else is still here. They're all fighting for this mask that controls the flow of time in their universe. And Makuta has made it very clear that his plan revolves around linear time functioning as intended. In order to permanently stop Makuta, he was willing to destroy the mask that regulated the flow of time, controlling it as a concept, and therefore destroying linear time to permanently invalidate Pterodax's plans.
Jesus Christ.
And he almost does. Makuta, you know, he's
What was that?
encountered Toa before. He's seen them pull some crazy shit, but he just insists Vakama's gotta be bluffing. He made this mask, he put so much effort into it, collecting the discs, forging them into this mask. There's no way he'd destroy something so valuable. Oh god, his arm is swinging. Makuta attempts to call Vakama's bluff, and Vakama just shrugs, going, okay, sure. Makuta's calling him out like, ah, sure, smash the thing, I don't care. Alright.
Alright, bet.
Good God, what a mess.
And mid-swing, Makuta tells him to stop, and Vakama's hammer stops inches above the mask.
Fucking hell.
Vakama had done this with the intent of negotiating a deal with Makuta to protect the Matoran for as long as he could possibly get away with. The deal was, effectively, in exchange for me not destroying this mask, you leave my allies alone, you leave the Matoran alone, and you let me leave with the mask, both of us intact. That's the deal. In exchange for me not smashing this, I and my allies get to live our lives in peace. This was when Makuta attempted to call his bluff, telling him that you'd doom me to a living death with nothing to do. Go ahead, smash it, see what happens. Okay. Alright, bet. So, Makuta alters the parameters of the deal into something more acceptable. Alright, I'll leave your allies in Metro Nui alone, and I will leave you, your Toa friends, and the Matoran you have saved on that island over there alone for 1 year, and 1 year only. After that, it's fair game. Vakama agrees to this. and is teleported to the island. 1 year on the dot later, the dark times begin.
So we found Irina's last words.
Ooh, boy. Here we go.
Written in Russian. The bodies continue to pile up here. There's so many. My God, what have we done? That woman, that Alex. She didn't come here to save us. She came here to destroy us. My father was right all along. All she wants to do is make monsters and people die. We have been helping her do it all this time. How could we have been so stupid? She injected us all with something. I don't know what it is, but they start to itch. And their bodies, they just start to fall apart. Once the blindness sets in, that's the final stage. It's just a matter of time for me, too. Oh, Papa. I wish you were here. Wish I could see you again. This island is done for. There's nothing left but death. I don't know how much time I have left. Can't be long. Legs already feel itching. Started. No focus. Pain, pain, pain in my joints. God help. Papa, 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 pop.
Not quite itchy tasty, but it's definitely got something going here.
I think it has more emotional weight to it because that's someone's daughter.
And it's also horribly depressing as opposed to the unintended meme factor.
For Itchy Tasty was funny because it happened to someone that worked for Umbrella. This is not funny because it happened to an innocent person who did not know that they were working for a sociopath.
And who is living relatives, no longer living relatives, we got to meet. Imagine this story is hitting Barry here harder than he's letting on because, you know, a father who lost his daughter, their family ending in tragedy. I don't think he's taking this lightly.
Not at all.
So, all those mines, especially Vakama's and Ottawa's in that Turaga amalgam there, the Turaga Nui, Akmu is gonna get his ass beat.
Good.
What the hell is that?
Last we saw him, he escaped on the Spherus Magna in the aftermath of the destruction of the Great Spirit robots, and is currently in the company of fellow traitor Menace. Go figure. The two most infamous traitors in Bionicle history wound up getting along like a house on fire. Tried to betray literally everyone else on the planet into the scrawl and pursuit of power. Trying to take over a ruined world. Let me put it to you like this in fantasy terms. He betrayed the humans, the elves, and the beast folk to the orcs.
Oh, okay, he's gotta die.
throw my back out if I try to lug this thing all the way to the elevator.
To put it in Skyrim terms, for those who want extra reason to hate this bastard, he basically betrayed his entire world to the Thalmor. That should be the final nail in his coffin right there.
Found out recently that despite what Skyrim makes you think, the Thalmor are actually in very dire straits at the time of Skyrim.
No wonder they wanted that civil war to go on as long as possible.
They needed it to go on as long as possible in order to recover from their losses. The Thalmor will never admit it. The Thalmor will never admit it, but they have said that the Empire fought them to a standstill.
Which is why I maintain that the Empire could probably kill them off if they were given the chance to win the Skyrim Civil War. Do I agree with everything the Empire says or stands for? No. Do I sympathize with the Stormcloaks? Yes. Do I believe the Stormcloaks' leadership is good for the future of Skyrim? No. But that's a tale for another day. You were saying?
Yeah, they were in much dire straits than what we're led to believe. They only agreed to the ceasefire because if they didn't, the Empire may have very well have wiped out the Thalmor with heavy losses, mind you.
It would have been a Pyrrhic victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Think what happened to the Federation over the course of the many wars with Sion.
Yeah. That tells me everything I need to know.
That's what would have happened to the Empire. They would be in too weak of a position to do anything.
So we'd basically be seeing the Federation circa Victory Gundam being the endpoint for the Empire.
Yep.
That does not bode well.
It does not.
But I'd still take that over allowing the Thalmor to continue to, push towards exterminating all other life.
Keep in mind, though, that's not where we ended up, thank God. Because the Thalmor realized, oh, God, we're gonna lose to a bunch of inferiors. Agreed.
Quick! Offer a ceasefire to mend our egos!
Offer ceasefire and then act like we were winning the whole time.
Makes it all the more plausible that in the timeline for My Dragonborn, all it took was one Khajiit with a powerful voice and an army of dragon souls to finally put them down.
Also, for my Nord Dragonborn to, like, during the peace, the peace talks, quote unquote, in order to try and get, in order for people to, work together so that we can capture a goddamn dragon. My Dragonborn would just be like, Hey, so I have these documents here from the Thalmor Embassy. Yeah, hey, Elsif, Ulfric may have killed your husband, but, he wasn't alone in that. The Thalmor had it all planned out so they could start this stupid civil war in the first place.
The worst part is it's arguable that Ulfric Stormcloak was fully aware of the Thalmor manipulating him and didn't care.
Do you think...
I say arguable because I want to give him the benefit of the doubt in this aspect.
Even if, like, he knew, do you think he would try to save face and act like he didn't?
Oh, he'd absolutely save face.
That's the important part. But yeah, like, revealing that the Thalmor had a hand in the death of her husband, revealing that the Thalmor orchestrated the Civil War, the fact that they are not as strong as they keep telling people. And
You know,
oh, go ahead.
for as much as your two sides fundamentally disagree, we all agree that the Thalmor need to go. And I just happen to have some documents right here that clarify one thing. They're weaker than they want us to think.
And of course, the
So why don't we...
the Thalmor at the peace talks are like, he's clearly insane. He does not know what he's talking about. Oh yeah, how's Hammerfell?
Also, what a screen to pause on.
Yup.
Yeah, how's Hammerfell? How's Elsewhere? I hear they've been gearing up to kick your butts out too.
They seceded from the Empire, much like what Ulfric's trying to do, but much better. And have been fighting back against the Thalmor successfully. So, hey, Thalmor, why are you even here?
Oh, come on.
Because if it ain't the Stormcloaks, they actually have common sense, logic, and reason in their leadership. Like I have said before, I absolutely sympathize with the end goal of the Stormcloaks. Skyrim for the people that had, Skyrim being governed by the people that she spawned makes sense.
Turning Skyrim into a place where only the people she spawned can live. Bit much.
And also just generally refusing to share power even though you're more than halfway through your life and have no plans for any form of successor. Ulfric Stormcloak's in his 50s.
You didn't really think this one through, did you, Ulfric?
There's gonna be a lot of people very angry that I'm about to make this comparison, but a Stormcloak victory for Skyrim is equivalent to a Legion victory in New Vegas.
Oh, fuck me!
I'll take that response to be towards the monsters that showed up, because that laughter definitely was to what I said.
Yup.
Yeah. Now, granted, I don't mean this in the sense of it being the evil ending. No. I mean it in the sense of the victory being unsustainable. Because the Stormcloaks have the same power structure problem the Legion does. They simply do not have anyone qualified to take up leadership after their primary commander is gone.
Yeah, once Caesar croaks, they're fucked.
And the same goes for the Stormcloaks when Ulfric's gone. A Skyrim ruled by Ulfric Stormcloak, once he dies, they're basically doomed.
It's gonna be fucking pandemonium.
It's why when I play Skyrim and actually take a side in the Civil War for that playthrough, I go with the Empire, because while I absolutely agree with, Skyrim should be governed by the Nords, their leadership just ain't what it should be.
Also, like, I mean, the Empire's not that great either, but
They are more sustainable, if nothing else.
yeah, they're more sustainable, and
They have a stable power structure where power will move to another person once the next one dies.
where did you come from?
Well, that looked like that hurt.
It shouldn't be like this. I wasn't afraid as I watched my hair turn gray and the flesh sag from my bones. But why aren't you changing? A failure like you. I'll crush you with my bare hands.
Is it a bad thing that I read that last sentence in subtitles in Megatron's voice? I'll crush you with my bare hands. So Alex, for doing what you did, Barry here is going to send you to see your brother.
Next time on Revelations 2. My whole life has been a prelude to this. My true birth.
Wherever she went.
And he will do so with a friggin' shotgun to, like,
Down below.
a shotgun or maybe a rocket launcher, something with a lot of kick.
You will die, child.
Run, 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 run!
All that remains is one final test.
I do believe this is the last episode of Resident Evil Revelations 2. Yep, final episode, Metamorphosis.
Oh, God, that means one thing.
6 is coming sooner than we thought!
Shit!
Fuck!
We are absolutely going to have to plan our roadmap through that game because we are not playing every single campaign.
Oh. Let me look at something real quick.
Because, I've said this before off camera to Bear, but I need the audience to understand this. If we did do every single campaign in 6, it would take us over a year to finish it. And we do not want to spend a full-ass year going through the entire game 2 hours a week.
Yeah.
That's assuming we play consistently.
Overall, completing all campaigns can take around 20 to 30 hours. So, yeah.
We aren't doing that. So far, my main vote has been just play through Leon's campaign exclusively, and then fill in the blanks with like a Q&A kind of catch-up session at the epilogue.
So it is some. I looked up like the most important campaigns in 6. Chris and Piers is the core story. Jake and Cherry is the action-packed adventure. It's the second most important for many players. Ada is puzzle-focused. It's a side story. And Leon and Helena are like it's called the Forgotten Campaign. But I do know that there's things in that campaign that come up later. So I'm thinking we do Leon and Helena and Chris and Piers.
Works for me.
Mostly because Jake and Cherry have a a non-optional stealth mission.
And we've long since established that stealth is Bear's kryptonite.
I would love to play Jake and Cherry's campaign. Just one problem. It's like game over if you get caught.
Also, the second problem involves the censors. I believe there are some shots we cannot show on stream.
Oh, with Jake and Cherry?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. Fuck.
Yeah, like, we can skip cutscenes probably, but... yeah...
No one... Okay. Several people want to see Sherry in the skimpy patient dress. But I'm not going to give it to you freaks.
No. Like, come on, after playing through Resi 2, she's like a daughter to us. We are not doing that.
Exactly.
Like, at this point, I'm already wary of the Happy Birthday Ada cutscene.
Oh god.
I not know this thing you are speaking.
I'm just learning to
Why
see
is it that hatching from some form of cocoon or chrysalis is always just fucking weird?
we'll know each other inside and out.
You killed her.
I'm sorry, I was just a bad daughter.
Because we're a weird fucking
I'll crush you.
I am not gonna argue that.
We breathe poison, for fuck's sake.
We are very, very slowly setting ourselves on fire from the inside out over the course of 80 to 100 years a pop.
That's the real reason aliens don't visit us. It's not because we're a backwater planet in the middle of nowhere or that we're too stupid. It's because it's because our ecosystem is so fucked.
We are a death planet.
We are a death planet.
We're no garden world. We're a death world.
We might be the Krogans of the galactic of the galaxy.
6 months
Think
from
about
now,
that.
You're going to awaken as me.
Shepard.
Rex.
And the world is going to be very afraid.
So glad I went to... I'm so glad I played through those games because, honestly, it's been a trip.
All this time wasted. My whole life has been a prelude to this. My true birth.
Oh, they passed by Natalia and didn't even notice.
Time to meet the cause of our misery. What is this place? Doesn't matter. Let's find the Overseer.
Good lord, do I need ammo?
If I hear Vector the Crocodile tell me to go to the computer room one more time, I'm just gonna throw him in here. Here, find the computer you want out of all these servers.
If he does that to me, I'm gonna tell him Vanilla does not like him.
I'm gonna tell him that Vanilla has opinions on him employing children.
That's loose towards the direction of the water.
Yeah, but where? I don't recognize the place.
Remember, Charmy works for him.
We've been through most of these areas.
And she's been watching our every step.
Well,
I
that's-
am still certain Vector treats him well, mind you, but still.
Yeah. So, this is interesting. It's showing everyone that was on the island. And of course, Moira and Claire are the only ones that aren't failed. Although Neil's not on here, I don't think.
You know what this is giving me? It's giving me Syndrome's computer scene from The Incredibles vibes.
Oh.
Project Kronos.
Yeah.
You know how there's so many people who go, let's put this fictional character against Homelander and see how quickly he gets beaten up? I have seen a similar thing happen where they're pitting Syndrome and his Omnidroids against every superhero in fiction.
And the Omnidroid, surprisingly enough, well, maybe not surprisingly,
it does better than you might initially think.
It does better than you might think, but it also does not get very far.
The most recent video I've found on, pitting Syndrome against this fictional thing has him sending his Omnidroids after the Decepticons.
Oh, no.
Basically, only Megatron and the Combiners really stood a chance.
Yeah, that makes sense. The transfer will take place soon. My success is nigh. Spencer, you poor, pathetic old man, you spent your final years desperately searching for the secret to immortality, and you died while your research was still incomplete. But I have been continuing that research. The body will age. This is an inescapable fact. But we can escape our death by transferring our mind to another vessel. All my efforts have been invested into developing and refining the system. I've had a few successes, but I still have so much more to do before I can consider my work to be complete. As for now, I can confirm the following. The new vessel must be mentally strong and be able to overcome any emotions of fear. That's why she's doing all those experiments. 2. After the transfer, it will take 6 months before the transfer mind can be stabilized. During this time, the vessel should be protected at all costs. Time is of the essence, and I must work quickly.
What do you make of it?
I don't know. I just can't figure the Overseer out.
What's to figure out? These people are trying to cheat death.
This is about Kafka, so... Leave it to a Wesker to just have priceless gems just lying all over the place.
How are we gonna get through?
I'll be honest here, I was entirely I was staring at those pots and feeling every impulse to go Hero of Time on them. Oh, that is so much better.
Fuck your fish.
Bear, those fish were innocent.
For all we know, they could have the T-virus in them.
Alright, fuck them.
Alright, we're through. Let's hurry.
All this uber techie shit, I feel like we should be somewhere in the core of the Death Star right now.
Kidding? This feels like something from the Matrix.
We meet at last.
You came all this way just to say goodbye? Oh, I'm touched. It's already done. I've conquered fear and earned the right to become a god.
Come out from behind that glass so I can choke a god.
All that remains is one final test. One last threshold to cross.
Is she even listening to us?
My brother's escape was death.
Is she even listening to us? You're expecting a Wesker to listen to anything but the sound of their own voice?
I will share in his fate, and then I will survive.
And not even and not like just you're expecting a Resident Evil villain to listen to anything other than the sound of their own voice. Welp.
I guess that problem took care of itself.
I have a feeling something so much worse is going to come from this.
We already know because we saw it when we were playing as Barry.
Warning. Confidentiality protocols initiated. Self-destruct.
I was thinking more along the lines of trying to escape a self-destructing facility.
If you are currently situated in an affected area, please remain calm.
Every game. Every game.
Back to the elevator. Hurry! I am not sharing a copy with that nutjob.
Well, I don't see a timer, so it's either invisible or it's not present. I'm just reminded of like this little animated thing somebody did for Metroid that basically summed up every freaking game ever. Samus enters a room and finds a box that's supposed to look like a giant birthday present. Upon interacting with the box, a giant Wrigley puppet pops out, says, "Happy birthday, Samus! Self-destruct mode activated!" And Samus just looks beyond irritated as the facility begins to fall apart around her. So, I brought up Transformers in the whole Omnidroid chat earlier, so on the note of Decepticons, which one from Armada would you like to see first? Cyclonus or Demolisher?
Demolisher, because I feel like I have not seen Demolisher in many.
The last time we had a bot named Demolisher in a main line was... oh, Jesus Christ. The Bayverse.
Something's wrong.
And that was the name of a Constructicon in that universe, which just makes it all the worse. Worse because it makes sense that you'd call a Constructicon Demolisher. You are dead, dead, dead.
The fuck?
Another one of those that I'll get to bring out. Game over, yeah!
Oh, that's why it's giving me smoke screen.
You're right. Can't see it. There's something in here with us. What else is hiding in here? Just keep your eyes peeled and go!
You know what? I just suddenly thought of something completely random. Senator Armstrong versus the Resident Evil verse. We both know he'd be against Umbrella.
Yeah.
And, by extension, bioterrorism in and of itself. Plus, let's face it, throwing a living meme at Umbrella just to see what happens is goddamn hilarious.
Oh shit. Moira, give me all this.
So, returning to the talk of Demolisher, I believe I've brought this up before, but fun fact, in the Japanese dub, they called him Ironhide. With that in mind, if you recall what his Power Link's color scheme looked like, the name is going to make a lot more sense.
Was it red?
Red and white.
Nice fucking emergency exit.
Oh, now the timer starts.
I made it this far.
And continuing the trend of giving Autobot names to Decepticons in the Japanese dub of Armada, Cyclonus was Sandstorm.
Oh! God damn it!
Game over, yeah!
We can't let her win.
Oh crap, I almost forgot there was a Decepticon that I was, well, leaving out of the list of things from Armada I would have to pick up if I wanted to complete my cast. I'll have to go tracking down my first Titan class.
Oh god.
I would need Tidal Wave. Alternatively, well, there's an upgrade set that lets you have a smaller, fully functionally transforming Tidal Wave that integrates into the larger Titan class. That is still capable of combining with Megatron.
I remember
that I could find on eBay if I looked hard enough. If I just get the upgrade kit and not bother with the Titan class, I'll just slap some Decepticon logo stickers onto it and call it a day. Here's another little fun fact regarding the Decepticons from Armada. The toy line gave Thrust a Power Link's color scheme too. And it was based on his G1 design.
Interesting.
So it was primarily a dark burgundy, almost brickish shade of red with some occasional black and, I think, gray accents? And to add to the hilarity, so a recurring theme with the
hold on. Hello? Okay. Sorry about that.
All good.
I only just realized we never got that egg kit.
Damn it! We need to find a way across.
We never what?
We never got the egg kit.
Ah. Well, we'll make do without it.
Hang tight. I'll figure something out.
So, a funny thing I was going to mention was that a lot of the Power Links Recolor mini-cons would eventually get, like, alternative names so that they could be depicted as depictions of other mini-cons as opposed to just, you know, the powered-up versions of the ones we know from the show. And who did Thrust's partner Inferno get renames to for the Power Links deco? Grapple. If you know your G1, this will be hilarious. For those who don't, Grapple was a redeco and retool of Inferno.
Then race it to the bottom.
That's why I was surprised that Roadblock in Transformers Animated wasn't named Grapple. Because for all intents and purposes, that's basically what he is. All the way down to the interesting building things being a bit of a techie. At least, if you go by the Toyline bios of having them be separate characters. What the hell?
I jumped when I should have just gone down the damn ladder.
Then race it to the bottom.
I've already gone over the mini-con for Galvatron, Clench, whom, as a brief reminder, was basically just a bully. One who loved being as strong as he was and had no concept of being as expendable as he actually was. Dude could not comprehend that he was as replaceable as Leader 1 was. So, when you do have a moment, here are the Power Links colors for Demolisher, aka Ironhide, and Cyclonus, aka Sandstorm. The neon green and chocolate brown is a weird combo. And it turns out there was not one, but two different Power Links decos for Thrust, both of which referencing other Coneheads.
Fucking dare. Moira! Come on.
God, help me.
So if you wanted to, you could just assign those to be Dirge and... Oh, you already have Thrust, so I guess the other one is his Power Links deco. If he'd ever get one in show. Or maybe that's just what he looked like after being revived from Unicron's power. Who knows? Oh, right. Unicron revival. So, here's a hilarious bit of coincidence. I forget which dub it was, but Armada Thrust and Energon Scorponok shared a voice actor. I forget if it was in Japanese or English. And in the Superlink dub, Japan, it was mentioned at some point that Scorponok's spark was effectively that of a Decepticon who perished in proximity to Unicron, given a new body and new programming, in order to be Scorponok. So, a popular headcanon was that Scorponok, the one we know in the show, was Thrust. You got the best upgrade of the entire trilogy, and all you had to do was stop being yourself.
Claire, open your eyes. Wake up. Claire.
Look at the two toys for Tidal Wave, in particular, from the Armada and Micron Legend lines. The Armada color scheme versus the anime scheme. And I realize, you know, I kind of have a way to make them both work in my head now. The color scheme for the toy version of Tidal Wave certainly works better for Armada Megatron, but the anime color scheme used on the Micron Legend toy and relatively recently released Legacy toy works better for Galvatron. You'll notice that when Megatron got his Power Links upgrade, he was still combined with Tidal Wave at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Tidal Wave did not get the recolor.
So,
well,
we have now seen how Barry learned about the island and coming to the island to try and save Moira.
We gonna shoot some more zombies?
Are you okay? Hey, what happened? Natalia, sweetie, where's Wesker?
She went somewhere else.
Oh, okay. Well, what matters is that you're safe. Wherever she went, we could still catch her.
You're not hurt, are you?
Well, there goes your badge.
No, I just got the wind knocked out of me. You know where Wesker went?
I think she's on the other side of the mountain.
Assuming that was his STARS badge.
All right.
I think that was his
We better
BSAA
double
badge.
back up the cliff.
Either way, you don't have it anymore.
And we are at 2 hours. And I may have to go get my car. So, we're going to end it here today. Yeah, my car had to go in for repairs, so... Thank you all for watching. This has been Vegas Bear 92.
With Bakumon.
And with Bella. right there. And yeah, it felt good to get back in the swing of things. Yesterday was a little hectic, I guess, because of the lag.
Yeah. We'll figure something out with that.
And, tomorrow is Call of the Elder Gods. Hopefully we'll finish that before, Taro gets back. But anyway, thank you all for watching. If you like what we do and want to see us keep doing it, feel free to support us in any way you wish, whether it be monetarily or through engagement. Every little bit helps. And as always, stay safe, stay comfy, stay hydrated, stay healthy, be good to each other, and we will see y'all on the next one. Peace.